Hello guys, my name is Tanisha and I have a question for you. What is a friend? The definition says, a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, totally exclusive of sexual or family relations. So we know that when you are looking for a friend, it's not someone you've been intimate with. It's not someone that you find attractive in that way, but someone who, as it says here, has a mutual affection with, someone who is able to be there for you and you for them, one who you love as you would love yourself, one who you'd be willing to go the extra mile for, without any intent of, receiving something back. Now, the worldview of a friend is one whom sometimes you may be involved with. It could be also a friend is someone who may seem nice and someone who, like they say, you can chill with, you can converse with. But that's the world's view of a friend. I know for myself, I've had what I've thought was many friends, but you soon understand that when certain situations arise, those people disappear, right? They aren't one who stays around. What does God say a definition of a friend is? The Bible says in Proverbs 18, verse 24, and I'm reading from the King James Version, it says, "A man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother." The Bible also says in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 to 12, it says, "Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor." We also have John chapter 15, verse 13. "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." Also Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17, which says, "Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend." 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11 says, "Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do." And then Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17 says, "A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity." I want to talk about two people who had such a strong friendship in the Bible, because there is no situation that may arise that the Bible doesn't address. And so we have two men, David and Jonathan, who were the best of friends. And how are you able to tell that they were the best of friends? Jonathan's own father, King Saul, was out to kill David. Some may say that I'm only your friend until family has a problem with you, and then I'll also have an issue with you. Or our friendship is over once my family is, hurt by you, or they take offense by sometimes something that you didn't even do. Once one family member cuts you off, it is all family members. But here we have an example of it didn't matter what someone else's feelings was toward that person. It didn't deter how he looked and saw his friend as the true friend that he was. So King Saul was out to kill David, and he had his guys, his men, seek out David because he wanted David to be killed. Jonathan, King Saul's son, went to David and was able to tell David where to go, where to hide, and not only to hide from his father, but to also encourage David that he is going to be king, that he didn't do anything wrong, that, you know, one day he will stand as king. He is a good man. That is a friend that can be there through the good times and also to encourage you through the bad times. We know that some people only stick around when it's good, and then when the times don't seem to be good, they disappear. But Jonathan never left David's side, so much so that they had a covenant with each other, that should anything happen to the other person, that person would take care of that person's family. That is a real friend. Jonathan put himself in harm's way before his father so that his father wouldn't even know where David was, wouldn't be able to locate him. There were times when Jonathan would give all kinds of signals to David. You know, he would meet David in secret. No one knew. The bond that they shared was something that we should model after when we are looking for a friend. One that is willing, as I said before, to go the extra mile, no matter what is at stake. And Jonathan's relationship with his own father dwindled because Jonathan chose to do the right thing and to honor the fact that David was innocent and that David's life did not have to be taken because of his father's rantings and evil plans and his railings about how he wanted to take David's life. For what reason? You don't find many people like that nowadays. There could be someone's father or mother, same situation, that may not like your friend. And they may make up all kinds of reasons why you shouldn't be friends with them and why they should distance themselves from that person. And lo and behold, they would do so. When seeking for a friend, we ought to observe that person first. Understanding that person, first of all, where they stand in God. Not looking at the standards of the world. But what does God say? And does that person follow the word of God? I know for myself, I found myself in a situation where I was being accused of something I didn't do. And the people that I thought were my friends, the people I was willing to do anything for, they dropped me like yesterday's news because of what other people said. And let me tell you, it broke my heart. I didn't even think I would have recovered because I looked at those people not just as a friend, but like a sister, like a brother, like how David and Jonathan were, like brothers. It's like David looked at Jonathan as he was a part of him. And that's how I looked at my friends. Until the moment when things didn't go people's way and they decided, hey, I see her as this. And everyone just jumped on the bandwagon. But I tell you something. God will place people around you, and sometimes you may believe that some people are the best of friends and others you categorize them just as, oh, maybe friends or acquaintances. But God will allow situations to happen and to show you that the people that you call the best of friends, you got your priorities wrong. Those people are not your friends. They're only there for a season. And the people that you had categorized as just a friend and maybe just an acquaintance, those people show you what true friendship is. And I tell you, during that situation that I was going through, I had some amazing people around me. It wasn't many, and you don't need many. Don't believe in yourself that you need a bunch of people around you to make you feel like you have friends, because some of those people are even your enemy, your worst enemy. Some of those people don't care about you. Some of those people are discouraging you behind your back that you should give up on your dream, give up on your vision, give up on your career. You really have to know who you talk to and what you talk to them about. There's certain people that you can have as acquaintances, that you can have, the everyday conversation, which may include, the weather or surface topics, maybe the news and what have you. But there are certain people that you keep around you that you get personal with. But remember, it's not everyone you do that with. So I remember the situation that I was going through. And I tell you, these people that I now was allowing God to show me that they were true friends, who they really were in my life. They prayed for me. They encouraged me through it. They were the ones who kept me going, using the word, using their prayers when things seemed like it was too much. Those are the people you need around. Some people believe that having a friend means what they can give you in terms of monetary funds, or the fact that they may have a lot of network around them and they're able to get you jobs or whatever else, in certain areas, people say, I got the hookup on this or the hookup on that. And people love to gravitate and hold on to people who have a hookup, right? Or who have a certain network, or who has a certain dollar amount, or they make a certain amount of money, because when they need them financially, they'll reach out to that person, but they don't want them as a friend. And so you have to know who you have in your corner. That you know that these people, I don't want anything financially from them. I don't need anything from them. Only friendship, only prayer, someone I can trust. There are people that you will tell, and I've known this had to happen to me, where I've confided in people who I believed were my friends, and they couldn't wait to go and run and tell the whole entire, network of people that we were around, the things that I shared with that person, right? So not only do we have to look for a good friend and to observe who a good friend is, we also need to be a good friend. We need to analyze and observe our own selves. We need to take a good look at ourselves and reflect. Are we a good candidate to be a good friend? Would we be willing to lay down our lives for our friends? Would we be willing to cry when the other one cries, and to pray when the other one needs a prayer, or just to pray for them in general? Would we be willing to encourage them in the word? Would we be willing to congratulate them when they get a promotion or when great news happens? There's some people that you may have gotten this wonderful opportunity, and you can tell that their spirit is so dampened because they're upset. As if to say, why didn't I get this first? And why is it that they got it first? And so I'm just here to ask the question, when it comes to your own life, your own personal life. I know that I have been analyzing my life and the people around me. And I've been watching God deduct people for the past 5 to 6 years. And at first I thought, God, why are these people being removed? You can't remove this one. She's my best friend. She's like my sister. You can't remove that one. That one's my friend too. But then when God will have you sit back and he will open your eyes to see who those people are, you then realize those people were never really your friend, and God is keeping you from the biggest heartbreak ever. Sometimes we believe heartbreak is only from an intimate relationship. But trust me, I've learned the hard way that one of the biggest heartbreaks can be from people that you thought, that you called your friend, that you loved so dearly, that you were willing to do anything for, and they turn on you and they accuse you of things and they make up all the slander and false accusations against you, especially when they know the person you are. And so I just want to leave you some food for thought. When you analyze your circle of friends, when you analyze the people that are in your life, when you reflect on the people in your life, are they your friend? And we're not defining friendship, remember, again, as the world defines friendship, because we see the chaos around us and we see how disgusting, drama continues to happen because of the type of people decide to have in their life. But when you think about the type of people you have in your life, is it a friend or friends? Are they friends that align with how the Bible had instructed or advised us to look for friendship? Are they a friend like Jonathan or like David, who their own family, remember, Jonathan's own family was against his friend, and yet he stuck by his friend closer than a brother. He was willing to lay down his life. David honored Jonathan by then turning around and taking care of Jonathan's child, Mephibosheth. And so remember today that in everything you do, analyze it, observe it, reflect on it. Is this a good decision? And if those people in your life don't align with the Word of God, how the Word of God has defined friendship, and if those people, you can clearly tell they are only in it for something, and if they have constantly let you down and turn their backs on you so many times, then you know what to do. It may not be easy. It's a very painful process, especially the healing process after you've lost a friend. It is painful. I've been there. But would you rather, here's my last question, would you rather deal with the friendship now and face worse pain later than let them go now and be able to save yourself that extra pain and heartbreak? A friend is someone who, when you are looking for a friend, that is a true friend, is someone that will tell you the truth, even when you don't want to hear it. There are times that we end up dropping friends, actual true friends, because they've said something that was the entire truth and we needed to hear it at that moment in that season. But because we weren't ready to listen, truly listen and truly take that advice, we drop them. Because a lot of times we look for surface friends, and that's not a true friend. A true friend is not a surface friend. As a friend that we are looking for, we have to be willing to hear the truth. And if we want to be a true friend, we have to then be willing to also tell the truth. Even if that means you might lose that person. I know for myself, a lot of times I did wrong by people because I either wasn't a true friend because I didn't tell the truth, or because I was afraid of losing them, so I kind of reserved what I know that I should have shared with them. That when you are looking for a friend, that friend is truthful to you, and when you in turn would have to be a good friend, that would entail you also being truthful to that friend. That true friend will give you good advice. A true friend will never steer you wrong. They see you going down a dead-end road. They won't allow you to continue that dead-end road. They would give you the advice that would mean that you would turn away from being hurt, turn away from hurting you at the end. And so, a true friend is one that is willing to be open and honest, to keep you from going down the path of destruction. That is a true friend. I'll leave that with you. If you have anything that you'd like to share, make sure that you share it in the comments. Maybe you have a story about a person that you thought, or people that you thought were your friends, and they ended up not being a friend. Or maybe you'd like to share how God has allowed some beautiful people, or that one beautiful person in your life that you can turn to and that you can count on, because we all need a friend. No man is an island, and no man should stand alone. We should be walking with someone, a friend that we can count on, a friend that we can confide in, a friend that we can check up on and that checks up on us, a friend that is willing to just lend a helping hand when needed. They don't need you to ask, but they just know because God will put it on their heart. I'm so happy for the people that have found friends, and I'm so grateful to the God for the friends that I have, and you guys know who you are. I love you guys. Until we meet again next time, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. God bless you. Bye.